Hello, as you can see, I'm setting the text and the typography. Just to know how to set and adjust it better, I want to take my time to explain you how I'm doing it. The font I'm using for the text below is Butler, and the font for the title is, as I told you, Transhand. So I'm going to do it again to show you how to do it. So go to Select and Modify, then Contract by 4 pixels. Click now on Invert and Delete. Here it goes. Hope it's clear now. If not, don't worry since I'll be repeating it in the next lesson. Guys, I forgot to say hello and welcome to this lesson where we'll be working with the Brownie. As we did in the previous lessons, we'll be using the sketch we made of the Brownie and we'll be coloring it. Let's use a lighter color for the outline. So, Ctrl U and change the parameters saturation and lightness to get this lighter brown. Okay, perfect. Okay, and now, what I'm going to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to draw first an extra sketch before coloring. I'm going to make him sitting and looking nowhere. As we are kind of free to do these sketches, let's draw a tail or something like that. Why not? Or perhaps ears or something like that. As you must notice, something like that is my key expression. In the movie I used as a reference, there's also a brownie similar to this one, which resembles a lot to a mouse, with the tail and so on. It will depend on the references we take. I'm going to do another 2 sketches to fill in the canvas. Now it's a bit empty. It's just a matter of taking advantage of the characteristics we've been given. For instance, the curly hair. I'm using the same structure than before, but I'm going to change the clothes. Let's make him wear baggy trousers now. I'll keep the same structure for the feet, which are thin and long, resembling a clown. And this will be our second brownie. I'm going to move it a little bit so that it's not that similar. And now let's include the notes with some information referring to the main characteristics. At this point, guys, you should be familiar with the entire process since we are basically repeating the same steps. After adding these notes, I'll be coloring the little dude. In this case, using color brown is a must. So, we are going to use a color range based on brown shades. Let's create a new layer and put it at the bottom. Now we are ready to start coloring. Remember that colors will get darker since we are working in the multiply blend mode. To change the color, you can deactivate the superior layer or play around with different tones in the panel on the right. Also, you can modify these parameters by pressing Ctrl U, and then a window will appear where you can change the saturation, the lightness, and hue. What I'm doing now is trying out different colors. I'm going to select some of them, the ones I think will fit better in the image. For example, in this case, I won't use dark brown tones because I prefer neutral and saturated tones. There are tons of colors, so don't focus only on the swatches panel. You can also play around and try out different options from the color panel, which is that kind of square over here. Just hang over the mouse and select the color you prefer. I'm lighting up the drawing, adding the color in certain areas. Regarding the brushes, I'm using the same all the time. And guys, another thing I would like to mention is that I'm used to working with colors in a single layer. It might not be useful for you though. If that's the case, you can use more layers depending on how you feel more comfortable with. Okay, let's finish the hair first. Sometimes I just lose track of what I'm doing and start adding lighting effects without finishing the flat colors. Sorry for that. Yeah, and now that the hair is almost finished, the drawing looks different, complete, right? We can also add different colors, for example, a gold color for the glasses. As I said before, if you remember, brown color is a neutral color and easy to combine with other shades. That's why yellow tones look good here. Yeah, it would be fine. Let's use now a darker pink for adding shadows to the skin and get more volume. As this little dude is a mythological being who inhabits forests, we can apply color green for some details, like the tiny shoes or this kind of belt you can see here. I don't know actually what it is. Using a different color helps to emphasize the contrast between this color and the brown tones, which are all around the composition. Because the trousers will be also brown. So, with a different color, we will get a better result than just applying brown shades all over the composition. It's true that if we follow the description, we are supposed to paint everything brown. But I think that everything brown is too much, so let's use another different color. Obviously, common sense when using colors, guys. We won't want to apply a bright pink or neon yellow, just a subdued green, which fits in the color range which I've selected because if you remember, this guy lives in the forest, so that makes sense. Okay, our brownie would be almost done. Don't forget to save your work since we could lose it. The only missing thing is the broom, for which I'm going to use yellow tones. After finishing the broom, we are going to add lighting effects to the illustration. Let's create a new layer and click on Multiply. With the second brush, we are going to darken certain areas, and I'll use this flesh tone I've selected, and you can see on the panel. After, I'll modify it slightly by lowering opacity. Remember, you can use Ctrl U to add lightness and change the tone, just to animate the drawing. We can delete any stroke we don't want or extra color freely. We colored it in another layer, so we won't need to be extremely careful. All these details we just added have helped to create volume in our image, which was too flat before. To light up the drawing, the key is selecting lighter colors than the ones already used. And let's see what I'm doing with the hair now. It's lighter, it's a lighter brown. So this would be the end of the lesson on the brownie. The next lesson will be on our last creature, Gilly Doo, where we are going to do the same steps. So hope you like it and see you in the next one. Bye!